It was just after 2 a.m. when the locks on my shop's front door gave way with a sickening crunch. 6 shadows slipped inside, their flashlights cutting through the darkness, picking through my files, smashing my tools, and acting like they owned the place. Why? Because I'd told their precious homeowners association to take a hike. They thought they could bully me into submission, but they didn't know I had cameras rolling, catching every single move. I wasn't about to let this slide not for a second. Let me back up. I run a small welding business out of a commercial lot about 10 minutes from my house. It's a quiet spot, tucked away in a neighborhood with easy access and enough parking to keep things smooth. The building's zoned commercial, plain and simple. No HOA nonsense, no shared utilities, just a clean deed I signed for fair and square. It was my chance to build something real, something mine. I'd barely unpacked my tools when a guy named Paul showed up, looking like he just stepped out of a country club. Khaki pants, polo shirt tucked in tight, clipboard in hand, and this smug grin that screamed trouble. He introduced himself as the president of the local HOA, said he was there to welcome me. I nodded, thinking saw okay, fine, be neighborly saw. Then he shoved a stack of papers under my nose. "These are your membership forms," he said, all casual. "We'll need your signature and first quarter dues by Friday." I blinked. Dues for what? He gave this little chuckle, like I was some kid who didn't get the rules. "Oh, every property owner on this street's part of the association. No exceptions." I kept my cool, explained my place was zoned commercial, not residential, so his HOA had no say over me. He waved it off like I was just being a pain. "You'll see," he said, "things go better when everyone plays ball." I didn't sign a damn thing. That's when Paul decided I was his new hobby. It started small letters on fancy HOA letterhead, accusing me of violating neighborhood standards. Standard for what? I'm welding steel, not hosting raves. Then came the fines. DULA 200 for non-compliance. DULA 400 for refusing inspection. I sent back one letter, attached my zoning paperwork, and stuck a post-it note on it. Not a member. Not joining. Stop contacting me. But guys like Paul don't quit. Soon, I was finding flyers taped to my door saw urgent HOA notice. Saw in screaming capitals. Then one Monday, I pulled into my lot, and there they were, Paul and 5 of his HOA cronies, standing like they owned the pavement. "We need to inspect your facility," Paul said, all official. I laughed in his face. "You're trespassing. Get out, or I'm calling the cops." They glared like I'd spit in their coffee, but I walked inside, locked the door, and watched them slink off after 10 minutes. I knew this wasn't over. So I got smart. I installed 4 security cameras front lot, side door, workshop, office. No signs, no warnings, just rolling 24/7. I didn't tell a soul. Then came Thursday. I showed up early, around 6:45 a.m., and the front door looked wrong. The deadbolt was mangled. Inside, my desk drawers were yanked open, files scattered like confetti. My inventory cabinet was half empty, and some of my best equipment specialized stuff worth thousands was either busted or gone. Rage hit me, cold and sharp, but I didn't yell. I didn't curse. I walked to my office, sat down, and pulled up the footage. There they were, 2:03 a.m., headlights sweeping my lot. 6 figures creeping around. One prying the lock with a crowbar, another while VYing a flashlight. No gloves, no masks, just pure arrogance. And there, clear as day, was Paul himself, strutting into my workshop, opening containers like he was browsing a garage sale. My blood boiled, but I stayed calm. I called the police. 2 cruisers rolled up in 20 minutes. The officers watched the footage, their faces like stone. One turned to me and said, "You're pressing charges, right?" Hell yes, I was. They found Paul at his house that afternoon, cuffed him on his front lawn. Trespassing, breaking and entering, criminal mischief, theft the works. Same for his 5 buddies. The look on Paul's face wasn't fear. It was shock, like he couldn't believe a guy like me had outplayed him. But I wasn't done. My insurance covered some of the damage, but not all, so I sued the HOA. Full-on CIVYL suit. Property damage, stolen gear, lost revenue. I had the footage, the receipts, the zoning docs. Their lawyer folded faster than a paper towel. The HOA coughed up due la $78,000 to settle, but the real kicker? I wasn't the only one they'd screwed over. Once the arrests hit the news, other business owners and neighbors started talking. Some had been strong-armed into paying dues they didn't owe. Others got fined until they caved. No one had fought back with hard proof until me. The investigation snowballed. Turns out, Paul had been treating the HOA like his personal piggy bank for years. Fake expenses, jacked up contractor bills, even buying crap for himself on the association's dime. Tens of thousands gone. One lady said her fees doubled after she dared complain about a cracked sidewalk. The cops raided the HOA's office, and Paul got slapped with fraud and embezzlement charges. His assets were frozen, his reputation trashed. The HOA didn't collapse, but it bled out. Board members quit, half the neighborhood bailed, and businesses like mine finally got some peace. Paul's awaiting trial now, and word is the DA's gunning for real jail time. Me? I'm back to building. Business is better than Averno. More fines. No more flyers. No more khaki-clad goons knocking like they own me. When people ask why I didn't just sign the papers and avoid the fight, I tell them straight. I don't bow to bullies who abuse power. The new HOA president, some lady trying to clean up the mess, stopped by last month to apologize and offer me honorary membership. I looked her dead in the eye and said, "Ma'am, I don't join clubs that break into my shop at night." She didn't smile. I went back to work, knowing I'd done the right thing, even if it riled up every HOA busybody in a 5-mile radius. So what do you think? Was I wrong to dig in my heels? Or was Paul's HOA the real VY lane here? Should I have played nice to avoid the chaos? Or was fighting back the only way to stop their reign of terror? And here's the big one. If you were me, would you have let it slide? Or would you have gone full scorched earth like I did? Drop your thoughts below. Hit that like button if your team no HOA, and subscribe for more stories where the little guy fights back. Let's hear it. What would you have done?